Guys, welcome back to another online lesson. Today we're going to talk about the volume of a triangular prism. Okay, here's a picture of a triangular prism. You probably remember the last lesson we looked at the volume of a rectangular prism. This time we're just going to talk about the base being a triangle instead of a rectangle. There is a formula, so let's talk about it. First off, the volume for a triangular prism is just going to be the base, which is the triangle, times the height. But you gotta be cautious. The base for the triangle is 1/2 length times width, then times the height. You remember when we did two-dimensional figures in a triangle? It was base times height divided by 2. The same thing with with triangular prisms. It's going to be the length, the width, the height, and you're going to divide by 2. Don't forget that part. Whatever you have to do in your note sheet, underline this, because that is key. You're going to see volume is base times the height, but you got to remember with a triangle, the base being the triangle, it's going to be 1/2 times length times width. Length times width divided by 2. So you may want to write down, and in fact you should write down, that volume could also equal length times width times height divided by 2. Okay? Remember, triangles divide by 2. Don't forget that step. Let's put it to work. Okay, here I have a triangular prism. My base is a triangle, as you can see. Front's a triangle, the back's a triangle. Remember, this is in the background. You kind of couldn't really see it if that was a real three-dimensional figure. But we have some information, 7, 8, 10. So the volume equals length times width times height. We're going to divide that by 2. Let's look. Our length is 7. Volume equals 7 times our width is 10 times our height is 8. And we're going to divide that by 2. Okay, so let's do it step by step. Volume equals 7 times 10 is 70 times 8 divided by 2. Volume equals 70 times 8. 70 times 8. Well, I know 7 times 8 is 56. Add a 0. Divided by 2. So volume equals 560 divided by 2. Off to the side, I'm going to write 560. And I'm going to divide that by 2. 2 goes into 5 2 times. 2 times 2 is 4. Subtract, we're left with 1. Bring down that 6. 2 goes into 16 8 times. 8 times 2 is 16, which is awesome. 16 minus 16 is 0. Bring down that. That is 0. So 280 volume equals 280. Now, it doesn't have a measurement, so we're just going to call it cubic units. Units cubed. Perfect. Let's try another example. Oh. This one. Okay. I'm going to leave the formula there, and you should copy that formula onto the next area in your notes. Okay, notice right away, this is still a triangular prism. It's just shaped a little bit different, meaning that it's on one of its bases. See how the base is a triangle? And then down here is another triangle, so it's like the last one, it's just flips upside down so that the triangle's on the bottom instead of the flat part. But still, we have all the necessary information to figure out the volume. So let's do it. Volume equals length. How long is it? Length of 4. Times times 7 times the height of my triangle is 3.5. And we're going to divide that by 2. Let's do it. 4 times 7, volume equals 28 times 3 5/10 divided by 2. 28 times 3.5, can't do it in my head, so I'm just going to do it over here. 28 times 3 decimal point 5. 5 times 8 is 40, 0, carry the 4. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 4 is 14. 3 times 8 is 24, carry the 2. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 2 is 8. Perfect. Add them up. That's 0. 4 plus 4 is 8. 1 plus 8 is 9. Check. I have no decimal places there. I have 1 decimal place there, so I need to move it in 1 decimal place. So we have 98. So volume equals 98 divided by 2. 98 divided by 2, I'm going to do the work off to the side. 98 divided by 2. 2 goes into 9 4 times. 4 times 2 is 8. Subtract, we are left with 1. We drop down the 8. 2 goes into 18 9 times. 2 times 9 is 18. Subtract, and we are at 0. Perfect. My answer is 49. Volume equals 49. I don't have any units, so I'm just going to call it 49 cubic units. Perfect, because remember we're doing units 3 times. I gave you 2 problems to try on your own. So what I want you to do, try out those 2 problems, do the best you can. Remember, you don't have to have the right answer, but you do have to try. So when you come to class, you should have the work done right there so I could see that, oh, you did a great job. Or I could say, oh, you made a mistake right there, and we could fix it. Don't just come in with those 2 blank. Try, 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 try. We'll see you in class.